This segment sponsored by Longe Optical. I am now joined by Josh Quintana, who is the General Manager at Longe Optical. Hi, Josh.
Hi, how are you?
Great to see you again.
It's wonderful to see you.
Yes. Okay, so now we are in your lab, which is so cool because we're at the North Anthony location, and you have all of this happening behind us.
Yeah, it's kind of it's the hidden room in the back of the building.
Right.
Yeah, nobody
okay.
ever knows
the
it's
room
here.
where it happens, right?
Yep,
all the
magic
fun
happens.
stuff. So let's start off by just giving an overview about Longe Optical.
So Longe Optical, 75 years here in Fort Wayne, always independently owned. One of the unique things that we really wanted to make sure happened was we want to make this stuff here in Fort Wayne. So Longe is, yes, we're in the storefront and you can get your exam done, but your glasses get made here in Fort Wayne. Mm-hmm. We don't do it anywhere else, and that was something that we wanted to make sure we did.
That is really cool. And so why did you decide that? Does it make the process quicker? Is it about quality control? How does it benefit the consumer?
I think it's all the above. So the goal when Longe Optical really started making a difference in the overall performance of the company was we wanted to make sure that we were offering people something unique and different. Mm-hmm. Yes, maybe they can get it somewhere else, but we wanted to deliver the highest level of quality, the highest level of optical clarity, mm-hmm. At an affordable price, and deliver it in time for you to make it to your trip, kind of exceed expectations when it came to turnaround time. And in order to do that, you really have to take control of the process and do it yourself. And that's why we did it.
Yeah, which is awesome, being innovative, because you all do it at the highest level here, locally.
Digital lens technology. So the technology has been around for quite a long time, mm-hmm. But it's quite expensive to really to get into the process of investing in the machine. So you really have to be fully committed mm-hmm. to going all digital. And that's what we did, and the investment obviously is done great, not only for the consumer here in Fort Wayne, the guests when they come in and get their glasses, but we're able to control the process and deliver a great product and employ several people and just make things here in Fort Wayne, and that's really cool.
It is. So we hear different things. I see so many people working, so I'm so thrilled that we get to take you all behind
You're gonna
the
see how it's done.
and see how it's done and just kind of look. And I think you have some examples to kind of show me.
I'm going to show you the difference between finished and digital.
All right, let's take a look.
So this is what I'm talking about. So historically, this has always been kind of the bread and butter for most optical locations. It's a finished lens. Mm-hmm. It's made in another factory somewhere. Already comes with a prescription already set, and it's simple. It's cost effective. Mm-hmm. It does provide good optical clarity, and you can see well with it. There's nothing inherently wrong with this technology. It's absolutely been a sustaining part of the industry for a long time. Mm-hmm. That lens gets edged down, and we'll see the edgers later, just to the shape of this frame. It gets inserted, they fasten it, clean it up, and you get your glasses. So it's a pretty simple process. Nothing really too difficult or crazy about that. Mm-hmm. Now, what we wanted to do is, if this is available pretty much anywhere else, how do we become different? Well, digital technology is the way to go. And so with digital, you can see it starts with something that these are called pucks for a reason. It looks like a hockey puck, right? There's a lot of material here. Wow. It doesn't have a prescription yet. It's kind of void of its purpose in the moment here. But it's ready to be made. And so we take this puck here, we use all the measurements from when you went in, got your exam, the way the glasses fit on you. Those measurements go into a computer over in Germany where the Zeiss headquarters is. They send it back to us in about 30 seconds, and we get your tailored measurements, all the information needed to send this puck through all these machines and make your lenses. It's a pretty cool process. But you come out with a tailored product. And so this one here, this is like a polarized lens, same thing. See the thickness on that?
Right.
When you want your sunglasses, this is something you would use. Same concept. It's a puck. It doesn't have a prescription yet or anything. But this is kind of a cool visual to see just the overall thickness and the difference between the two products.
Wow. So thinking about just the process, I know we're going to go through some of the steps, but how long do glasses typically take to get done?
So when you do a finished lens, that process in itself, for them to take this out of the wrapper and put it on that frame, maybe 20 minutes. Our guys are great, but it's not the primary form of product we use, but this can be done anywhere in a matter of minutes. This does take longer because it's got to go through several machines here in the lab. So total runtime, if we were to say, okay, let's start the clock, this lens goes through every single machine and delivered back to you, that whole process is about 7.5 hours of just production time for this lens. Now here at Longe Optical, we've been working very, very hard to take the typical turnaround for a digital lens, which is anywhere from 10 to 14 days, and shrink that down. You know, controlling the production cycles, having an amazing team to make the products. And so we've got this down now to 2 to 3 days. That's not met anywhere else in the industry. It's something we take a lot of pride in, because this is something that just simply can't be done typically that fast in most locations.
Because it's so customized. So if someone's looking at this and they have this standard lens and then they have this custom flow lens, how would you describe it to the client saying, this is a better value for you for this reason? Why would someone choose this one over this one?
Yeah, so I think it comes down to the quality of the product, right? So when you look at a tailor-made product, there's no excess material on that. There's no extras here and there because it's universal fit. This is a tailored fit. So when this lens goes through that process, I mean, we're removing 90, 80% of the total material to get down to your prescription. It's almost like, you know, when you go to the store and you buy a product off the rack, you know, a shirt or a pair of trousers, whatever, it's a regular size. And that size is universal. That's your finished lens. This is like going to the tailor saying, here are my measurements, here's how this jacket fits me, make my product. And that's what we do here. And so it's just a different type of product. And I will say, the technology is typically expensive in most places. If you were to ask for a digital lens at another place that does not have their own lab, it's an expensive product. Because we manage everything internally, we control the production, the costs are not what you would think. So the costs at Longe Optical for an all-digital product are pretty much the same as everywhere else for a regular product. And we take pride in that because it's value to the consumer. It's a tailor-made product at a finished lens cost.
And it sounds like this is kind of the organic version, kind of like if you're buying groceries or something and you take away all the additives and all the extra stuff, and this is just the purest form from the original source. And I think that's valuable.
The thinnest and lightest your prescription can be is in a digital lens.
And let's talk about that, because I think that a lot of times people are concerned if they have a higher eyeglass prescription, they don't want to have bifocals and, you know, something that's really thick. And so I know, for example, when I came here a couple of years ago and was getting a new set of glasses, I went with the digital lenses too, because I have a higher prescription and they thinned it out real nice, and I was satisfied with the final results.
So same experience for myself. So you know, I'm gonna tell my business here. You know, I have a minus 250 prescription, which, you know, if I don't have my glasses on, it's pretty much hard to see most stuff around the room. Well, I'd grown up my whole life having kind of edge thickness stick out of the side. Cosmetically, it doesn't look great. You know, sometimes makes people a little self-conscious. You know, my glasses are really thick. And there's a lot of people that have prescriptions that are even worse than mine was. So it's a thing that people care about. Well, with digital technology, because we don't need all the extra, most cases, your lenses are going to be significantly thinner, significantly lighter, and cosmetically, they just look better. The one thing I noticed when I got my first pair of glasses when I joined the Longe Optical team, there was no lens edge thickness outside of the frame. It was so cool to see, because I'm like, ooh, I have thin, nice lenses. You know, I don't look like I can't see. You know, it was a unique thing. And again, on this end of it, we look at that stuff, and it's a performance metric for us. We want to make sure that we're making the products and offering the best, but for the guest, the consumer, when they come in, for them to receive something that's just better than they've ever had. That's why we do what we do.
All right, sounds good. Okay, let's keep walking because I want to see what you all are doing. This segment sponsored by Longe Optical.